Hi, Taurus. This is your February homework family reading for the month of February for all Taurus signs. Now, before I get into the astrology or any of the tarot of what may be being pulled out, I'm being given a couple signs for some of you. For some of you, I'm being told you might have some blockages or it might be opening up areas. Either way, it's acknowledging some energy that's going on in the heart chakra. The heart chakra will probably also be dealing with the thymus. So I feel like it's observing and healing, or else it's showing you where you're not healing and you're dealing with the blockages in general within the heart and the thymus, which is all about acceptance, forgiveness, you know, allowing love to proceed and to heal. But what I'm also being given is not wanting to follow your intuition or having possible fear of failure, being inflexible and thinking that you possibly know everything, meaning most likely that you're jumping the gun. You're pretty sure you know the direction of what's to happen, or you know the situation at hand, and you're probably jumping in before you're getting all the details. So in a form that would be being inflexible and thinking that you know everything when there's something here to learn. Like I said, I'm also getting a lot of pain right here in my heart chakra right now. So this is also, there's something here that has to heal, whether it's a form of sadness, a heartache, or something along that line that's the healing that needs to take place. I'm also seeing issues of wanting to go at your own pace, not necessarily the pace that's right for you. And for some of you, it's fear of speaking with authority, speaking your truth with authority, as well as material alignments, causing alignments with intention within, like tension in the shoulders, the neck, just the tension in the body in general, tension within the relationships in general. And it's more or less saying you need to do something about it. You need to actually take action. Um, yeah, because without the actual event of taking action of whatever it is that this is about, because it's material masculine energy that I'm picking up, and it's dealing with tension within the relationship with yourself or relationship with others, that is going to continue to grow if action is not taken, if something is not said, if you don't actually go after what you feel you believe and you deserve. Um, it's leading me right back to having issues for some of you speaking your truth with authority, which is bringing me right back to my heart chakra. But let me see something, because I got notes everywhere. I swear I need to get like one giant book for all of my notes, because I've got like six different binders of um yeah, because what's also happening is I'm getting a little bit of the heart and the throat chakra. So I would definitely say it's the heart, the thymus, the throat, coming all together in also your personal self-expression, how you're viewing things, whether you're seeing them from a higher perspective or a lower perspective. Um, and it's dealing directly also with what would be considered the sun and the Saturn energies of acknowledging it, putting it into action, shifting the rules, the walls, the boundaries, illuminating the truth. But is it coming from an illumination and the rules, the walls, the boundaries, the defense? Is the defense actually coming, like the the inner bull in the china shop in you? Is it coming from a place of balance, yin and yang within yourself, or from a place of divinity within yourself? Or is it coming because it's the egocentric part of you being challenged? And this is part of what I'm getting is in that heart chakra, the self-expression. You're kind of going through a healing here. And they're saying to ask you, for the ones who this fits, to ask themselves, what is it that you fear? What is it you fear won't come out of this? Or, and I mean it that way, won't come out of this. If it's not done a specific way, if it's not handled, what is it that you fear will ultimately happen? Because you may be realizing that you're fearing something that's not worth fearing. Because they're also reminding me to tell you that nobody's perfect. And remember, you're many of you are going at your own pace, not necessarily the pace that's best for you, which then puts you back into that fear of failure position. Some family judgment is also on the board. Emotional, being over emotional, and because what I'm also getting is Moon and Venus energy, and that's going to talk about our sensitivity, because Venus is also your value. So it's dealing with your emotional value, your secure value, your emotion, your the moon deals with our moods and how we feel about ourselves. But Venus does too, but in a slightly different way on a sensitive level. So this is asking you about where you feel secure and where you feel insecure. But it's definitely heart chakra, throat chakra, thymus, this creative expression of you, and is that coming through? Uh I keep refusing to pick up my cards because they're all kind of, I got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got 15 decks down here, and they're all kind of jumping out. And I'm like, no, I refuse to pull all of you. So you're going to have to lower yourself to 1 or 2 before I'll start pulling it out. They're also saying, for some of you, you may be feeling issues of being afraid of life as to where it's going to go if you're not completely in control. And this is a step of your spirituality. This is a step of the lesson of trusting in yourself and trusting in, your higher self, the higher understanding, the oneness and everything, because this is asking you to understand that you cannot be in control of every single aspect. And sometimes what we believe, we think we know is best is not actually what is best for us. So this is saying you've got to kind of give it up to the universe, give it up to God, give it up to your guides on some level, because there's something else here that most likely you're not seeing, and you're not stepping into your creativity in a way where it's working for you as well, because you're not seeing it yet. It's not that you can't, but there's a part of you that you might be hiding from yourself or the world around you that you truly aren't admitting to yourself how you truly feel from like a deep depths of inward work. All right, let me, because unless my cards get their attitude adjustment right, I'm not pulling the cards. I mean, usually when I yell at them enough and I tell them no, then they'll pick a deck, and it seems like they're slowing down. So we'll see where that goes. In the astrology, you have on the 14th, Mercury is going to move into Aquarius. It will no longer be in Capricorn, but Capricorn has been off the chain for a month and a half now, and it still really is. And we'll get into that in just a minute. On the 16th, you have the full moon in Leo, and it's going to have its own kind of like message uh, uh going on, because it has like it has like a grand square in it, which means there's obstacles to overcome here. The 18th, the sun moves into Pisces. But what we have to really look at is, let me get back in to where it is for you, because let's start with Capricorn energy. For you, Capricorn, Capricorn is your ninth house. This is the area of that might explain some of the confusion of your deeper soul searching right now, trying to get truly authentic from within, try to tap into your soul self versus the ego, because the ninth house is what I like to call the higher self. The ninth house is where our higher self resides on a universal scale. Now, for you, that's in Capricorn, which means you want it to be somewhat of cut and dry. You want it to be make sense. I want there to be a good, safe building blocks level of where I could grow and mature from here. I want to understand it, but you're also understanding that the world around you is not like that. And even though we were taught it, it's not like that. Our spiritual existence, our spiritual maturity, our spiritual growth is not like that. It's not just you go to church, you do what the church says, and voila. You're learning, that you're learning about the energy. You're learning to feel the energy. You're learning about the empath. You're learning about so many things on a spiritual level that has never been something we talked about before. So you're learning that you have to really trust in yourself and give yourself this benefit and understand, and this inward work. Now in Capricorn, you just had Mercury in retrograde. It's now out of retrograde. It's just about coming out of shadow and is about to leave Capricorn, which means your inner communication has been off the chart, and positive and negative, seeing things from all different aspects, and it's probably been emotionally draining. Okay. Not to mention, you had Venus here, Mars recently moved in, you still have Pluto here, and you have Vista here. Vista is the keys to the door, the keys to, the next level. Let me double check something. Wrong page. I'm making sure I ain't talking shit. I'm making sure I'm right. Yeah, Vista speaks to us of our purest potential. It is the essence of ourselves. It's also the keys, the locks, the security. It is our inner insurance. It is our mental clarity and our self respect. So you have what's going on here is might be somewhat of a dark night of soul, even because, like I said, you've got Venus and Mars, which have been like this whole time. I mean, in the last couple of weeks. Plus, you've just had Mercury retrograde, then Mercury shadow. Now Mercury's about to move out. Vista is right here with Pluto, which is, Pluto is death, decay, and destruction for renewal, rebirth, regeneration. You're learning there's a whole nother world, a whole nother spiritual, psychic, emotional depths of soul. There's a whole nother thing with all of this. And you're seeing it from a whole different point of view. Plus, Capricorn is the structure of how we create the world on a universal scale of our outer world. So this is learning your inner and your outer work. Your Venus, your Mars, your masculine, your feminine, your ego, your soul, or ego and divinity, the balance, your inner communication of the world around you, the mirroring. So it's also showing you your inner self. You've been going through major spiritual connection right now. And it's probably been exhausting. It's probably also had a lot of psychic activity off the chain that you're not fully understanding how to handle. But like I said, Mercury's about to move out. You got Venus and Mars. I mean, Venus and Mars that are like this, and Mars is about to go ahead of it. The second half of this month is going to be much more of a and go. It's been kind of like we're sitting in the dust, we're observing the dust fall, we're viewing everything, and we're really going to start seeing it from a different point of view. Because when Mars jumps in front of Venus, it's going to put a whole new action on it. This has been balancing, showing us the balance, learning of ourselves. But once Mars jumps in front of Venus on the 17th, it's going to start going, it's time to take action. It's time to do something about all these things that have been going on in your head, all of this questioning, all of this, deciding, thinking, things that you've been thinking, the mind chatter is going to be starting to take time of going, now we're moving forward because we've been touching base soulfully. All right. And it's really giving you the keys to start speaking with authority what it is soulfully that you've been connecting with. And like I said, after the 17th, pretty much from the 14th through the 17th, you're all of us, not just you guys, all of us are going to feel a roaring start growing, and we're going to start going into action. Now, your 10th house, you still have the sun here until the 18th. So you've actually been dealing with your 10th house, which is the outer world. It is your groups, your memberships, the things that you are part of. And are these things that you're a part of, these people, places, and things that you're a part of, do they truly support your goals, your dreams, your ambitions? Because the sun's been illuminating it. The sun's been illuminating it. It's already crossed Saturn, and it's going to start with Saturn being here also. It's telling you if those people, those peers, those things, groups, memberships, people, places, and things that are part of your life that you keep, are they supporting you, supporting what you wish to have come into reality, into fruition, your goals, your dreams, your creation of what you want your life to be? Are your peers and the groups, the memberships, the places, are they supporting you? Because Saturn's going to be all about, and Sun is going to be all about going, no, they're manipulating you. No, they're using you. Nope, they don't care about you. But equally, they're going, yeah, they're on your side. They're part of your soul tribe. That's who you need to be paying attention to. These are the people that you need to have in your life versus the ones who are manipulating you for their own satisfaction, for their own goals, dreams, and ambitions. So Saturn being here is speaking directly about having the right tribe, the right people that help you grow as well as you can help them grow versus the ones who don't give a damn. All right. But that puts the sun being in that 11th house, that also puts your Capricorn energy in a darker aspect because technically that would have been your 12th house this month. So it would have been looking at your grief, sorrow, shame, blame, insecurities, and everything that you haven't been growing, trying to force you into seeing it so that you take the proper actions and you bring this healing forward. So even though it might have been a difficult month and you're getting hit beneath the belt, it's showing you the direction to take and how to heal yourself and move yourself forward. If you're willing to get out of your own way and allow the healing to take place. Now, the actual universal 12th house is actually your 11th house. Oh, well, it's still kind of going with exactly what I said. I had said Aquarius was your 11th house, but it's your 10th house. And that's your outer world. But the 11th house is still the outer world. It's just the groups that you keep versus the job itself. Now, this is still speaking to you of abundantly, both together are still marinating in a way of saying there is an abundant level of growth that can take place throughout this year. But it's still on the same subject. This is going through an honoring yourself and knowing where you've been in your own way, where you've held on to your own grief, sorrow, shame, blame, where you've gotten stuck in your comfort zone and you're not actually growing, where you're allowing people to be in your comfort zone that help you to not actually grow. You know what I'm saying? This is still speaking to us of ultimately going, where's the outer world itself, the authority, the rules, the walls, the boundaries of the outer world versus the groups that we keep, the memberships that we keep, our outer friends, like work friends, and all of that outer world outside of us, where we allowing it to tell us our value and what we are and are not capable of, and where we must direct our life and where we must not. This is asking you directly, again, to get right back on top of the goals, the dreams, the ambitions, and what tribe supports you versus which tribe doesn't. Now, with Jupiter being here all year, again, that's on a universal level, it's the 12th house. The more that you allow yourself to work through your own denial, your comfort zone, and where you're not growing, the more the growth that you will have. Jupiter can only feed you with what it is fed. Jupiter is higher knowledge and abundance, but in Pisces, it can only give you the magical new beginning if you are doing the work to create the magical new beginning. So it's asking you to feed it with the healing, with the deeper knowledge of learning of yourself from a different authentic level, and learning where you've been your own illness so you can get out of your way and actually create your spiritual truth, as well as create the true tribe that should be with you. So, I mean, this is really a positive year because Jupiter can bring you all this power. Plus, the sun's going to come into here after the 18th, illuminating it even more. But like I said, this is actually on a universal level, it's that 12th house. It's where our unconscious is, where we're comfortable with the unknowing. So this is about truly facing ourselves. And if we're facing ourselves and where we keep ourselves from growing, then we can start to see where we need to grow and what people and what outer world is telling us is possible and what's not, so we can shift it and do what we need to do. So this is about opening your eyes. A lot of it is opening your eyes, opening your heart, giving yourself forgiveness for things in the past, and dusting yourself off and let's move on because you're a strong, powerful soldier. Okay? So this is actually a good thing, but it is going to take some time of working through it. And Spirit is saying, don't you worry about what the others think. Don't you worry about others' opinions. What matters right now is that you're doing your work within yourself, and the other groups, memberships, people out there, their opinions don't mean a goddamn thing. If they're part of your tribe, then they're going to be part of your tribe. If they're not, then peace out. Now, you also have, because I finally have a deck that's talking, um, in your own personal sign, I've been saying this for a while. So in your own personal sign, you're coming into this anyway. You have the North Node here now, which is in Taurus, where Uranus is. So this is coming into not just your power, but learning more about your character, the character that you want versus the character that you are, and learning how to truly man up, own up, spirit up to everything that you desire to be, because it's illuminating you in all of your glory, good and bad. And it's going to keep showing it, speaking into the level of coming into their power and acknowledging that. Still going to be going through that for several more years. So, I mean, your main trigger right there was those 3 houses at the moment. But what they're telling me is don't harp on the past. Don't allow the past to be heavy. Don't allow it to keep you weighed down, because what you're emotionally thinking is what you are creating. And what you are connecting to is what you are creating. So this is about acknowledging what needs to shift so that you can create what it is you want. Okay, hold on. That's what it is. My deck is weird. I set my decks a certain way, and if they're not all in the same direction, or if they're not a specific way, they kind of get stupid and they're like, no, I'm not working. And I just saw it. Where is it? Because I work with them in the fact of, if you're out of place, you'll flip out. Otherwise, I know it's not it. And where the hell is it? I saw another one. I know you get like right here. Maybe I was wrong. All right, let's see. What does Taurus need to hear? What does Taurus need to hear to help them move through the rest of this month in the most highest vibrational way possible? To help them come into a higher vibration and move into the most healing that they can. What does Taurus need to hear for the rest of this month of February? I dropped some cards. There's the one that was upside down. All right. They're saying face your fears. Don't hold on to your pride, and don't let your pride be what's creating ill intent, stubbornness. Yeah. They're saying, don't be in that cruelty. They're saying, don't be in that cruelty. Don't, like throw the daggers. Don't be in your feeling sorry for yourself, your guilt, your sorry, your grief, your sorrow, your shame. There's no sitting in our shit. There's no sitting in our shit. We want higher vibrations than this. And Spirit says, well, then trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Trust your creativity. Stop assuming there'll be disappointments, because you'll be creating it. It's time to use your strength. It's time to use your strength. Pull your fire from yourself. Remind yourself that you are self-trust and you are unshakable. You are spirit. You are power. You are energy. There's nothing more powerful than you, but you have to secure that back in yourself and believe it, because then you're getting the chariot. If you can bring yourself around, then it'll be bringing you around. It'll be moving into a new beginning, a new area. It is, coming through the trenches, more or less. You'll be pulling yourself up and out of all of these problems or these situations. It'll be a new victory, but it all depends on what you're manifesting and what you're thinking, because it's the Ace of Cups. So this is very positive. It's the Ace of Cups. It's the perfect balance. It's the Holy Grail. It's finding self-love, which then allows you to start creating the life you desire, the life you want, bringing yourself to success. But this all has to do with, like I said in the very beginning, your self-expression and how you're choosing to view things. If you keep viewing them from a low vibrational frequency, then you have no choice but to bring If you have, then you'll have no choice but to bring Jupiter's abundance to you in a low vibrational way. There's nothing you should be being obsessed about that's going to bring you negativity. You need to let that go. Stay in the right vibrational frequency. Keep yourself, your mind, your heart in the right frequency and let the rest of it go. If it doesn't support your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, if it's not your soul tribe, kick it to the curb. Kick it to the curb, because this is about getting you where you want to see your life go, not about procrastinating getting there because you chose to hold on to an emotional level that actually is lower than what you should be at. But you can be at it if you would just give that love, that healing, that respect to all of these here chakras. I love you guys. I will see you next month, or I will actually be doing the breaking the cage video probably in the next few days. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.